Welcome everyone. Today's session with the DORA community. So excited to have you all here. Just a few housekeeping things, and then we will turn it over to Willy for our presentation today. And with that, I'm gonna stop talking and hand it over to Nathan. Hey, what's new with DORA?
Hey, Amanda, thank you so much, and it's good to see everyone. I do spy with my little eye at least one member who's joined us from an automobile. Please tell me you're not driving. If you are driving, at least turn off your video so that I don't see the sights moving behind you. Please do stay safe. Speaking of staying safe, I don't know what it has to do with staying safe, but let's talk about what's new with DORA. We've got a number of different things. Maybe not so much new, but maybe new to you. We published this in March, so it's been a minute, but the impact of generative AI in software development. This is a report full of, well, exactly what it says there on the cover, insights into exactly how Gen AI is helping, contributing, maybe even harming all of us as we're adopting this. Now, you may look at this and say, yeah, but like, when did you gather this data? Because everything is changing so quickly. And you know what? You're totally right. And so you should help us. You should help us by going and taking the DORA survey as soon as you can. Because this year's DORA survey, of course, includes a deep dive into artificial intelligence, but also a lot of other areas that we all care about. Platform engineering, how we as people, like how is our well-being going, all of these things that really, really matter. The survey does close next Friday on July 18th. So if you've not had a chance to take it yet, please get over there and take it. And if you go to that link, dora.dev/survey, you'll also see that we link off to a survey discussion guide. I highly recommend that you gather the folks from your team, ask them to take the survey individually, and then come together for a little discussion about some of the insights that you gleaned just by taking the survey. I think that we all want to wait and read the report, but you don't need to wait to start improving or to start changing something about how you work. You can use that survey as a moment to pause and reflect, and maybe even dive into some things that you want to experiment with or change next. Okay, also new in the DORA community, you may have seen this, but one of our DORA community guides, Drew, has started up a community chapter within the APAC region. The intent of this is to make it a little bit more time zone friendly for more of our community members. So I want to publicly thank Drew for kicking that off. I know that they've already held 2 meetings, and please do watch the DORA community calendar in your inbox for updates on when the next meetings are happening, especially if you happen to be, working in those hours that those are a little bit more convenient for your schedule. Of course, anyone globally is welcome to any of the meetings, and we aren't the judge of what hours are good for you or not. But we hope that we'll see you in some of those community meetings. Okay, one final update, also for a limited time only. If you'd like to purchase a DORA t-shirt, they are available now. You can get to them at dora.dev/merch or by following that QR code there. You'll see that we have a couple of different styles and colors for you to choose from. These are on sale, like I mentioned, only for a limited time. We'll probably end sales at the end of this month, so at the end of July 2025, if you're watching the recording now. You may have missed them, but that's that. Okay, with that, I don't want to take up any more of our time. What I want to do is introduce our speaker for today. So Amanda, while I'm doing so, maybe you can stop sharing your slides and our speaker can start sharing their slides, and I'll fill that time with my voice. So I was really lucky to meet Willy, who reached out to me, I believe via LinkedIn, and mentioned something along the lines of, he does a lot of work in the mobile application development space and has been putting a lot of thought into how does DORA apply to this mobile application development space. Obviously, when you're building mobile applications, you run into a number of different constraints, and it's a slightly different context than maybe, I don't know, if you're building a SaaS or something along those lines. And at DORA, we always say that you should take our research and put it into the context of your team and your organization to get the most out of it. And we also often get on our discussion board questions around how do the DORA metrics apply to mobile applications. And so I'm really glad to welcome Willy, who's put a lot of thought into this. He's going to share some insights for us. And then, as per usual, we'll jump over to a lean coffee discussion. So we'll have an opportunity to discuss this with Willy and with everyone else here. With that, Willy, thank you so much for joining us today. I'll turn things over to you.
Okay, so thanks a lot. Really impressed, a lot of people. So really excited to give this presentation on mobile ops and MORA. I'm French, so sorry for the accent. MORA, it's the DORA adaptation for mobile application. And thanks, Nathan, for this opportunity. Vamos. Sorry. Okay, so as you know, for sure, DevOps is about delivering your app fast and well. And so the challenge is today, how do we adapt the DevOps to mobile? A complex and complete ecosystem. I did some talks at Android Makers. It's an event about mobile and specific about mobile ops. And so last year, I took a look at all the stages involved in mobile CI/CD from a technical perspective. And this year, I wanted to discuss organizational models, mobile metrics, and maturity. So for this quick presentation of 10 minutes, I will only focus on the later 2 points in yellow. So just before, quick introduction. So I'm Willy, nice to meet you. I live in France, in Nantes. I'm the CTO of Independent Technology. It's an IT consulting firm, in France, in Australia, and in the US. For your information, we have an agency in Washington, DC, close to you. I'm interested in mobile app development, in data science, which fit well together, and a do-it-yourself project. So let's dive in. Mobile ops metrics. I do not see the comment. Yes, I will see later. So as you know, I think DORA describes 4 key metrics that you're probably familiar with. There are a lot of frameworks designed to track more than just production. There are specifically for qualitative metrics, like the well-being in space or the developer experience in DX. There is also the DX Core 4 that has been released recently. Okay, so it's top. There is a high maturity in DevOps, but what about mobile? How do we adapt DORA metrics for mobile application? Because as I said, mobile is a unique ecosystem, not just about frameworks. We have specific constraints. We have the App Store that can be viewed as bottlenecks during the review process. We have multiple app versions running in parallel. We must sign our apps before distributing them. So I waited for many years for metrics, and I like mem. And one day, my Android Makers talk was coming up, and I had nothing prepared, so I gave myself a wake-up call and just dove in. So please let me introduce MORA. MORA for Mobile Ops Research and Assessment. I haven't asked Google for permission to use this name, so I hope I won't have any problems. The goal of MORA is to adapt metrics to mobile by separating store metrics and adapting the 4 key metrics to track what we control. And what we control in mobile, it is the process until the submission. So you understand that I just changed deployment frequency in submission frequency. So lead type for submit, I think you understood. The change failure rate does not change, don't need. And time to submit, and not necessary to release to fix. Sorry, the hotfix. I kept the time to restore service metric because it's end user concern. They don't care about these bottlenecks. They want the best experience. And also we have solution in mobile to reduce bottlenecks and bypass the store. Typically, the update over the air for the costs for the cross-platform framework, We also have SDUI, like the server-driven UI. We also have the feature flag capabilities. So I kept this metric. About the store, 2 new metrics I propose, the store delay and the failure rate when submitting your app. I think too many developers use a review process of the store to validate the guidelines. and you should not. It's a waste of time. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that stores evaluate developer quality and they prioritize their review accordingly. So know the guidelines by heart and do not try to submit without being sure about what you do. And moreover, there are tools in order to validate in local that your app respects the guideline. And finally, impact. I like it. Impact metrics about engagement through analytics tools and store feedback. Since stores offer metrics, let's use them. To conclude about that, you have to adapt to your need. Test metrics, define them, track them, monitor, then challenge them and redefine, etc. It's a virtuous circle. Okay about key metrics. Let's dive into the maturity matrix. So DORA provides this benchmarking table based on collected data to help you see how you compare to industry averages. So same principle. We are trying to apply it to mobile ops. So I change, as you know, the key metrics with the same values because now we get the control of these metrics. So nothing new. And I don't have statistics at this time, but I try to give an idea, a target to follow according to your maturity level from low to elite. And I added asterisk, the first one on store and approval time. You maybe know the average for the approval time, it's 24 hours for Apple, for the App Store, and can be 3 days on the Android with the Play Stores. And also it depends on submission volume. Typically during the holidays, during Christmas, it can be longer. So how to accelerate? Be compliant with the guidelines, as I said, do quality apps, tested regular updates, lightweight increments, etc. Maybe a tips I can share. There is expedited review on Apple side forward fix that can improve your approval time in case of bug. The second asterisk is on impact and engagement persistence. So the goal is to track the retention of user engagement percentage 1 week after the update. So you have to look at the funnels regarding feature usage, and ensure no one drops off during the user journey. I used 7 days, it's arbitrary. The goal, of course, is to retain and have more and more users. So finally, okay, I have time. The last part is about capabilities. So DORA provides also these capabilities to improve your maturity level, and KPI, they are ranked by impact. So in green, the learning capabilities, in yellow, the fast flow, in blue, the fast feedback, and the core capabilities that are linked to the 4 key metrics we saw just before. So I took the liberty to change some of them based on what I mentioned earlier. So the first one, continuous delivery, become store-driven delivery, because it's a complete redefinition to integrate the store validation process. There are new performance metrics like the validation time, the approval rate, and there are strategies to work around the store constraints. The next one on the right, it's a deployment automation that become the mobile build and release, because we focus on generating signed build and automated submission. We had to manage the store-specific metadata when you want to publish and the associated assets. And we have to manage also the multi-channel distribution process from test to beta, production, etc. Another one on your right, so it's working in small batches that become feature decoupling and progressive activation. It's a completely rethought approach with feature flag and downloadable bundles. It's a progressive deployment strategies through store consoles and a remote feature activation mechanism for progressive delivery approach. If you can do that, it's perfect. The next one, it's monitoring and observability that become distributed client monitoring, because we have to monitor data from millions of devices. We have to detect configuration specific issues according to the device or whatever. And we have insight management across multiple coexisting versions. It's really mobile specific. We can have multiple versions in parallel in production. So we have to get the right tools for that. And finally, maybe not the last, but did not have time to go further. It's a pervasive security that become mobile client security. It's important, the security, to talk about that. We focus on client application rather than server. The protection against reverse engineering and app manipulation. As you may know, the app you distribute are public. I can download them. I can look into for API key or whatever. So you have to secure your local data and communication, of course. And to finish with capabilities, I think we could also create mobile dedicated ones, typically the offline first design, because we talk about nomadic devices. This is a real consideration through the design process that helps you. It will help you with robustness. The cross-platform code sharing, because code sharing is now omnipresent in mobile, about React Native, Flutter, Kotlin multi-platform, Compose multi-platform. They are real CI/CD impacts and challenges to improve, typically around debugging, observability, and other CI/CD steps, etc. I think there are quite a few capabilities, to create for mobile apps. Okay, that's it. I've included some useful tools for your information, organized by the categories I discussed earlier. Feel free to ask some question, and thanks a lot for all your attention, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Willy. That was incredible. Gave me a lot of, I don't have any experience with developing mobile apps, so it just really gave me some good insights into the unique kind of challenges that you experience and how applying them with the DORA capabilities that I'm very familiar with. So that was incredibly helpful.